The reigning BlizzCon champions need to see if they can take down a new coming team that has been clawing through this tournament.
This is something interesting that I've only seen Minpoike do is play Adaptation versus Jungle Cleave. He gets out of the first trap because he's Orc, I would think he's Orc, I have to wait and just make sure, but he can get out of that first long trap and spam Purge and be aggressive with his team. So we see a bursting shot, this trap will trigger Adaptation, and now Minpoike can get aggressive. Look at all three members running down Silas in the back line. He's gonna trigger out of the stun and immediately get out of there. Kara and Nixie are just gunning for him. Will Silas be able to handle the pressure?
Yeah, he is going to get lower and lower in the situation. The next full Hodge is going to be very disastrous for Silas, but he managed to hold on to that pain suppression. Very, very important. TJ Farrell's going to be popping that Incarnation, trying to get that counter pressure onto Kara. Kyla's getting interrupted there. Nixie's in battle stance. The full Hodge. There's actually DR Hodge. It's disastrous. They're not going to be able to find that pressure onto Kyla's that they needed. Now Kara's getting lower and lower with the full trap on him and Poike. There is the bubble. If they can force out the Master Spell, they might be able to take him down, but Silas, a lot of pressure over on him as well. Pain suppression used, Blood Elf Silence comes in, everyone is rotting down.
It's a race to the finish. Will Silas or Kara and Nixie fall first? The pressure is mounting. Silas into the full stun. He trinkets out Kara now on the run. Spirit Link gets dropped by Minpoike. He's got Adaptation coming up soon, but he's got no way to AoE heal. He goes for Gift of the Queen. He sneaks that in. He's going to boost the health of his whole team. Now that Shaman Mastery is going to sink in, Minpoike might be able to recover. He's going to get out of the next trap. If they don't kill Silas in the next stun, though, they're going to run out of time. Nixie's got nothing. Full trap lands. Adaptation triggers. Triple for Kara on that Ashbringer. TJ's trying to retreat away. They need to stay alive a little bit longer. If they land any interrupt on Minpoike, Kara will fall. There's the Skull Bash. He gets purged on the bop instantly. Counter shot on the next healing surge. Kara trying to pick up some slack with Flash of Light. Kara hangs on by a thread.
Yeah, barely though. Temple Storm has nothing left in terms of defenses. There's the full Hodge on the Silas. Actually going on to TJ Farrell. If they can get any follow-up CC. Stun into stun on the TJ Farrell as he gets lower and lower into bear form. Gonna be kiting away. Kyla's gonna be playing that knock light there, so manages to knock Kara away, not able to find that follow-up CC. Minpoike now into the full trap. Kara down to 50% HP. No bubble gonna be available, but Minpoike out of the CC, able to get out some heals. You know, his team is kind of stabilized in this position, but this is so scary for both teams. Basically nothing left in terms of defense.
Yeah. Minpoike is trying to dogpile on his team so they can eat a trap for him. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to fight. They Stormbolt, they Hodge. Silas needs to trinket. He trinkets it. He's running out of mana. He gets feared on his trinket. Facile Feign Death. They're going after TJ. TJ's in bear form. He's on the run. Kara is low as well. He's trying to fake cast some interrupts from Minpoike. They try and silence him. They dispel it off. Kara hanging on by a thread. He fake casts the Skull Batch. Kara hangs on. Minpoike takes the kick, but Kara survives barely. These Flash of Lights MVP now Facile on the back foot. Aspect of the Turtle right before that Wake of Ashes hits. Perfect timing. Silas is almost out of mana. They got a couple more seconds, but the Crusade is popped for Kara. He's doing tons of damage.
Nice bursting shot coming in from Facile in this situation. That is the true shot, or Kara's in big trouble with the maim over on him and Poike. Can he get away? Full trap on him and Poike. How can Kara survive this? There is not a chance, but an incredibly close game that was. TJ Farrell still kiting away. Can they get the counter kill? Bear form powered shield's gonna be enough. Nixie trying to connect those
first aid.
Yeah. Trap is gonna be followed up. No one can eat it really because of that. And Kara's gonna try actually, but he's not gonna be able to just yet. Facile holding on to it, waiting for Kara and Minpoike to split up a little bit, and there it is, a tiny little gap in that triple stack. He gets a full trap, and then that's going to be sealing the deal onto Kara. Nothing is going to save him. Beautiful.
Leading into the first international tournament of the year, the spring final, if TJ Maschine is able to take this series.
Yeah, TJ Maschine looking to take away the hopes and dreams of Temple Storm in this matchup, but we know what Temple Storm wants to do. They're going to be charging in, trying to take down this priest. You can see Silas, he's just spamming out the Clarity of Wills over and over. Nice cross. You see there's a bash over on him in Poike. Kara able to get out the Sanctuary though, and now there's the full Hodge and the Silas. They're able to get that damage, to get the first trinket. This is very important. Silas should be able to survive this with the Rapture and the Archangel, but you can see Minpoike just spamming out those purges. The next Hammer of Justice on a Silas is where Temple Storm is going to get all their momentum.
They got the adaptation with the Psychic Scream. Now a full trap secured. Nixie is trying to save his team with a triple fear there. TJ Farrell forced to sit through it. Nice peel. Silas predicting some damage, dropping his barrier, now trying to kite away, but there's the full Hammer of Justice. Pain suppression gets traded out by Crusade. Is fully stacked, and Kara is going to be doing a ton of pressure. Now the Blood Elf Silence into the Stormbolt. Execute barely doesn't kill him. They're not getting the Divine Shield either. Will they be able to kill him? Silas is so dangerously low. They rebuke him on the Shadow Men. Silas in execute range, and yes, the all-in finds the kill. Tempo Storm risk everything to pull this series back.
Marksman. You can see it's gonna be just these close games. Yes, they're gonna be quick, but it's almost
playing it out.
I mean, of course, they really need to in this situation. But healer, oh my goodness, Kara's still looking very low. You can see right now, defensive cooldown's going to be flying out. Nixie still staying aggressive, pops an offensive cooldown, able to get in there and take down TJ. Now it is Facile all by himself. Even if he takes down Kara, surely Nixie and Minpoike should be able to close out this match. Facile staying up for just a little bit longer. Into this these all-in strategies going back and forth.
Yeah, I think map as well has a really big effect on how the game gets played out. In the previous map, he's on all the way in the room on Nagrand Arena. Here, Silas actually has to push out to the middle to be able to supply his Feral and Hunter with heals, and that's going to put him in a vulnerable state where Kara and Nixie can actually connect, and where he has to worry about those purges.
Real fighting chance of going to the first international LAN, but they got to go through TJD Machine first, and TJD Machine is putting up a fight. It's all tied up. Let's open up these gates.
Yeah, Tempo Storm needs your energy. If you're a Minpoike fan, a Kara fan, Nixie fan, an Alec fan, they're the reigning BlizzCon champions, and they have to play second if they want to get into the spring finals later. Right now, we can see Minpoike is just going all in again. Purge, 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 purge. Trying to train down Silas. He trinkets out. He trades out. Nice triple fear as well. Trying to get away. Kiting Nixie and kiting Kara quite effectively this time around. He's going to cross the map. They picked a very big map so Silas could get a lot of distance. That means Nixie and Kara need to be careful about overextending, and this time they're not. They're switching targets. Now that they're safe and in line of sight of Minpoike, they're going to try and gun down Silas, but Silas is so far away from Nixie. Great positioning.
Yeah, this is an incredible opener for TJD Machine. There's the Hodge on the Silas. Unfortunately, Nixie wasn't able to connect. Now both Nixie and Kara rotting down lower and lower. Full trap over on him, and Minpoike. Kara, this could be his bubble. The preemptive MD comes in, so unfortunately Silas not going to be able to get off that bubble, but that's basically... Whoa! TJ getting caught into the stun. Big damage. Pain suppression used by Silas in that situation, as well as that survival instinct. So Nixie and Kara trying to define the damage that they can onto TJ Feral, as they cannot connect to this discipline boost.
This game just bounces back and forth. I thought Silas's team was perfectly fine and going to clean sweep this, then TJ Feral, his HP disappears, and Poike has traded out Spirit Link in the meantime. He's trying to keep his team aggressive. They have to keep going. Another trinket for Silas. A trap him in Poike. He jumps into the fight. He's trying to get some purges out, but he doesn't have the defensive cooldowns to keep it up. He's caught into a triple psychic scream. Will Minpoike be able to keep up the pressure? They swap back over to TJ Feral. He's in bear. TJ Feral just needs to kite and stay alive. They have all the momentum. Minpoike has to fake cast 2 interrupts. Kara's trying to soak some of them. He soaks the Skull Bash, but Minpoike takes the counter shot. The interrupts are now gone. He's spamming out heals. He gets stunned in the next one. He needs a little more heals. He gets knocked out of the Earthen Shield Totem, but Kara survives. Clutch plays from Kara. The support from him on that hybrid has been perfect, but now with the full trap landed, Kara's on the run.
He is trying to get out of line of sight of Facile. Facile turning his attention over on Nixie. Nixie and Kara lower and lower in the situation. Minpoike has no spread healing. TJD Machine is on fire in this matchup. Sanctuary comes in once again, but Minpoike just trying to spam out the heals. He fakes the counter shot, able to get off the healing surges. Earthen Shield.
What is going on?
Kara as well. Kara uses his wings, gets the heals off, and Tempo Storm is kind of stabilized. Minpoike pulling off a miracle.
Crusade is now up for Kara. He's building up that damage. It's going to be a ticking time bomb if he can get on target. Minpoike gets knocked away. Facile moves to snipe the trap. Nice play. He gets the adaptation. Kara and Nixie are trying to swap to the Hunter, maybe? It seems like they're just flailing to find a target. TJ Feral's just laughing at them, running away. They do the swap. Silas has trinket, but Silas has no mana. Kara's got no cooldowns. Can Minpoike keep his team aggressive? Triple fear lands once again. Nixie is low. Kara is low. And Tempo Storm appear to be on their last legs as Minpoike does everything to stay alive. Healing Surge after Healing Surge. Skull Bash out of the way. And I can't believe that they're still alive then.
Yeah, but this could just be it. Bursting shot. Kara, how are you going to survive this full trap on Minpoike? That is it. And honestly, all of that pressure and momentum for TJD Machine just...
And we're going to see Kara gonna finally drop down here. There's a beautiful Skull Bash from TJ Feral, and he's kiting Kara the whole time because Kara has more upfront damage than TJ Feral does. TJ Feral want to apply those bleeds and then leap in, pounce when he's low, and then run in between that. So
to a game 5, can they extend their chances of making it to the LAN, or will TJD Machine for their first time in a tournament being broadcasted be able to end those dreams right here in Dalaran Sewers.
This is the most bravest decision I could have ever imagined from Tempo Storm, to keep playing the same composition, to keep running into sillies as much as possible. Minpoike's on top, but he gets soaks of fear, and now he's going to tank a full trap. That's devastating for Minpoike. Silas is just running away. He got out of the Hodge. He knocks them away. He's trying to keep distance away from Kara. The small map was supposed to allow Kara to stay on target, but with that Shining Force knockback, it's keeping him away for now. He's finally making it back, but now TJ Farrell stuns Nixie away. Minpoike needs to jump back up in line of sight soon. He gets bursting shot on the jump. Facile peels him away, and TJ is just tearing in. They purge off the blessing of protection. Nixie is dangerously low. Tournament lives are on the line, and Die by the Sword is the last thing to keep him going. Spear Link committed. They're going all in, and Silas could fall as well. Penance gets interrupted. Shadow Men get stunned, and they do it. They all about to cross kill. I can't believe it.
Cross kill.
I can't believe it.
Farrell's in a little bit of trouble. He still has that bubble to fall back onto, though, so they might get the bubble here, but he should be able to survive. Nice double bursting shot coming in. What an insane game. There's the Hodge onto TJ. A lot of pressure going to be coming in from Kara. He still has that bubble. I feel like there's no hope for TJ D Maschine in this situation, going up against the Retribution Paladin and a Resto Shaman as a Feral Druid with no trinket, no survival instincts. You're 30% HP. There's the trap. Adaptations force. TJ Farrell tries to run away, but Minpoike and Kara in hot pursuit. What an all-in strategy we see from Tempo Storm, but it pays off.
And see, Nixie's gonna come out of that stun with that blessing of, actually no, it just runs out. Nixie activates that Die by the Sword right there, gets a tiny little heal there from Minpoike's Spirit Link that he snipes onto both of them, and then they manage to get that Blood of Silence into that secondary Blood of Silence. Minpoike getting fully trapped up. Beautiful kick from Kara, and then there is the Stormbolt, and then executes are flying in from Nixie. Right, one global before he goes down right there. If Silas lives one global there,
as a World of Warcraft arena fan, you could not be gifted a better final game of the day. This could decide who goes to the spring finals. TJ D Maschine against the reigning BlizzCon champions, Tempo Storm.
Game number 5, and Facile is just charging in, getting that Ret Paladin trinket with the Wyvern Sting. And Poike's up front. He's going to try and purge off the Clarity of Wills. Sanctuary to get those shields. Now caught into the bursting shot. Triggers the adaptation with the trap. They purge Silas down. He trinkets right away. Wake of Ashes snares him. He's trying to kite. Trying to use those feathers. Minpoike spam purging. He pops Ascendance with his whole team at full HP and the Healing Tide Totem. He's just trying to make sure everyone's topped and go all in, I guess. He's going to jump on top of Silas. Kara and Nixie are having a hard time keeping up. Nice root there by TG Farrell. Silas is trying to get the space. Triple fear. Will they be able to kill Silas in the next Hammer of Justice? They need to nail it. He pre-barriers the stun. He paint suppressions. Silas has done everything he can to survive. Will it be enough?
Spirit Link Totem dropped by Minpoike. He wants to keep his team aggressive. Blood out. Silas barely holds on, gets taken down. Tempo Storm stays in this tournament, keeping their spring finals dream alive. The all-in strategy. Honestly, I gotta say, Minpoike, he played this game infinitely better than the games in the past. He played so much better aggressively, keeping his team alive, making sure that Priest was in such a horrible position going into that second stun. And I mean, we kind of said he didn't do the best job in the last games, but this game, perfect.
He basically added an extra body all of a sudden. You know, he got to get that link down. In and of itself, getting that link down is just going to be huge. That's almost an offensive cooldown in that situation. So beautiful by Minpoike, but you got to say, Tempo Storm now will move forward in this tournament. They have a chance to qualify for the LAN. The question is, now with TJ being eliminated, do the family dreams die there? Will we see Reformed make it to the LAN? Because the same situation that we saw Ascendant in earlier today that we started to talk about, they now need to worry about other teams. It's not in their hands, and that may be the case now with Tempo Storm. Tempo Storm still needs to make a convincing run. They still need to go for a deep run through this lower portion of the bracket. When we look at the bracket in a little bit, you'll know just how difficult that is. But first, let's see how they were able to come out on top. And Zico, I feel like you're going to want to pay a little bit of attention to Minpoike.
Yeah, so already, like Venruki mentioned, in the start of the game, Minpoike has successfully pushed in onto Siliz without getting stopped by Facile. That's a first in the series. He actually managed to get a couple of purges out, and then he gets that crowd control chain, proccing off his adaptation. Now, again, we look at Siliz, no trinket because he human racialed earlier, so his trinket is on cooldown for a little while longer. Now, Siliz, he realizes he's about to get stunned up and gonna be the victim of their biggest damage, as that wings has been completely stacked from Kara. He knows that that's going to happen. He drops this nice barrier right here around himself. He gets stunned up, and then he's going to be using that pain suppression in that stun, which is the maximum amount of damage reduction that you can have. I almost would have liked to see Siliz maybe play Dome of Light if he actually had. He probably would have been able to live this setup and then have Trinket for the next setup, giving him a chance to rotate through his cooldowns. Doesn't happen. One more thing I want to pay attention to, because this is the kill requirement for Tempo. Now, on the other end, we also have a pretty good opportunity here. If you look for TJD Maschine, you can see the adaptation has been procced from Mimpoike. You see Kara is on quite low HP, and it's going to be up to Mimpoike to do something before he gets crowd control here to stabilize his team, to allow them to stay aggressive. And this is really what Mimpoike did super, super well in this match, which is super crucial for Kara and Nixie, letting them stay offensive and not having a cross kill like in the previous game. And that is the link that he's going to be throwing out. Now we can roll the clip and look exactly what happens. There it is, bursting shot into that trap right there. Before the trap is going to land, he drops a preemptive spirit link onto the entire team there, and that allows Nixie and Kara stay in battle stance, stay not worrying about any of their HP, and they manage to sit on Siliz. Mimpoike gets a beautiful purge on.
Been updated, and we can see skill cap black versus 85%. They are still in the upper portion of the bracket. The team that loses will drop down, but in the lower portion of the bracket, for what I assume will be the first match of the day tomorrow, is going to be Tempo Storm versus XRB to the Moon for an elimination match. So XRB to the Moon, they already know that they are going to be going through